Welcome back to Dishonored 2. This level is perhaps one of the most peculiar levels in the game.
Something is wrong here. Even the air feels off.
I cannot use my powers here. But this is the Manor of Empress Stilton. As you can see, the place is slightly dilapidated.
Stilton's sealed off from the rest of the district.
And it's really been built in with a huge wooden wall around it.
Could that be Stilton?
They drop food for me, in and out, like the wind. I think they're afraid.
Yeah, this mansion has seen better days.
When no one keeps the rooms clean and dry, a house goes to rot.
He obviously had a great deal of pride in his mining operations.
We'll be getting started soon. The Duke's beloved is coming back.
He's down there.
I dreamed the Duke and I were hunting, but the deer had faces. There are whales down in the mines.
Empress
I
Stilton?
hear them howling to one another.
Oh, hello there.
3 years ago, something inside Empress Stilton snapped like a cheap lock. A part of him and a part of this house never left that evening. The Duke's inner circle are still gathered here, setting their grand plan into motion. Delilah's plan. And a part of Empress Stilton is always here, still breaking. The Void is not exactly a place, and it's much older and stranger than you could ever know. It watches you from within. And at the heart of Stilton's house, the Void is leaking through a pinprick left behind by Delilah's little trick. Even magic is perverted here, and things don't work like they should. Take this. Imagine it's a kind of timepiece. Go and watch the Duke and Delilah. See for yourself what they did.
Swollen beasts.
Now, this is a very peculiar device that allows us to travel between the past and the present. And we can look through the lens to see through time. Since we cannot use our powers here, I want this to be on 1.
Put that thing away, will you? Grotesque. Yes, yes, I can see it. The others can't, can they?
So he's sitting in here, basically doing nothing else than playing the grand
How did I
piano.
get so old? Where are the men of my younger days?
Getting
The
food through here.
dances we had here.
Anyways, boom.
By the void.
Your guests are waiting in the study. The Duke is demanding refreshments, and I can't get in without the combination.
There's a note on the door, Captain Winterbourne.
What? He's out back. I need the code to the study.
It's in his notebook, ma'am, but he keeps it with him.
Thank you, Corporal. Speaking bluntly, I really don't like Stilton's guests. Earlier, I got my ass chewed out by the Royal Curator. What's her name?
You're talking about Brianna Ashworth, I believe.
Yes, that's her. She's an odd one. Anyway, keep up the good work.
Thank you, Captain.
So we have traveled back in time, I think 3 years. Secondary Coiling, Traditional Zirconian Songs, Volume 1.
The only way out of here is through the present, using this timepiece.
Okay, I think we have what we got for in this room, so let's do this. Check if there are any guards present, and now this of course presents a whole new different challenge, since we do not have any ways to see through walls or anything like that now.
Tell the Empress that the Duke is in the garden digging up corpses, and he has learned how to sing. She'll know.
There's a message on the wall. Stilton's whereabouts. The Duke and some of the others are in the study. Make sure they are comfortable. If you need me, I'll be out back in the courtyard clearing my head before I'll join them. If you need the most recent code to the study, it's in my notebook. Come find me. Stilton. Got up there.
Stilton's home was quite nice before whatever happened.
That gooseberry wine in the south?
There we go. Let's put these servants here for now. Just looking around to see if there's anything of interest here. This is what the kitchen looks like in the present. A bit more depressing. The kitchen key. Should give us access to this room. Dog. And this room in turn gives us access to the garden. Which in turn gives us access to the dog. To sneeze. Sorry about that. I don't think we want to go in here just yet. Should we move the dog though? Put it in here. Let's go back in time. Get the points. Back into the house. There's one guard patrolling there. There's one guard standing there. The guard captain is up there. And no, we can't bring them with us in time.
Shipment of whale oil tanks just gone. Taken right from under their noses. Idiots.
Turn that off. Let's go have a look at the outside. There should be both plenty of guards, and also I think there's some playful puppies out here. Let's go up here so that we can get a proper view of the area. There's a dog.
Hold on! What happened here?
Shit!
No! That's... who does things like that?
What?
That's two of the dogs out of the way.
Look everywhere! Found anything yet?
And
Nothing here.
should be fine.
Huh? What?
Keep your eyes peeled. Be on your guard, right, boys? Nothing. Shit. I'll be damned!
Just need to be very careful.
I thought I saw someone right here. Let's check the place just in case.
Now one way we can do this is... If I can find somewhere I can do this.
No, I'm sure. Look like
Is through going back in time. There will be one guard here. And he seems to be pretty much alone. The other one standing over there.
Listen to Mom become a hairdresser.
It's just a matter of finding the other guard. Without interfering with that servant's maid. She's standing over there and we can gently move after him. And now she shouldn't be able to see us. Let's put him inside one of these. Same with the dog corpse. Let's take that away. Oops, seem to have defootated it. Right arm. Well now. Now let's take a look at the rest of the area. There is one servant there. I think there's one guard down here, yes. Him we can put in here. Change back. And it's time to take out the servant. He's now dealing with these flowers. I think that's it for the outside. Let's put her together with the guard. Now we can go and have a look around here. Put him there. Wolfhound kennels. Groundskeepers, remember to make your rounds. At the end of the evening, all hounds should be put in their kennels with the doors locked tight. We don't want them roaming the grounds at the night, or worse, entering the building. Mr. Stilton often entertains guests at odd hours, and it wouldn't do if Megan Foster or one of Mr. Stilton's gentlemen received a dog bite. Megan Foster. That genuinely has me curious, because even though I played through the game, I can't remember having read that note. Okay, that just sent us back in time. Back in our present, I guess we should say. pretty fountain. Some coins. But even back then, his mansion was built inside these walls. I wonder why. Considering he was a man of the people, that is very strange. And also very ugly. No matter, let's go back into the house. The guard is there. There are two people over there, one servant and a guest. There's a screen there. Take her after she has gone around the corner. Like so. And let's put her here. And then transition again.
You're a bad woman. I can tell.
And yes, there are nest keepers in there.
The center of the manor is off limits tonight. Everything around the study.
What's so special about the center of the manor?
Nothing, usually. But the Duke and his party are here tonight, and they don't want to be disturbed. So that entire part of the house is under lockdown by the Grand Guard.
I'm not sure how to take your tone. I assure you, I rub shoulders with some of Karnaka's best people.
Trust me, you don't want to get tangled up with the Duke and his inner circle. I'm not sure how Mr. Stilton tolerates them, to be honest.
She should be going over there cleaning, which means that I will save
And
transition in
the
time.
Duke himself. I'm a...
Nope. Use this room as a storage for sleeping people. Coin of 2 coin. Holiday for miners granted. A holiday for mine workers has been granted by mine owner Aramis Stilton to be held annually on the anniversary of the late great Duke Theodanis Abel's death. Complimentary beverages and other consumables will be available until midnight at the Batista Community Saloon. Entertainers have been retained for the delight of all assembled. Feats of skill will be held, challenging those who dare to games of stone tossing and rat catching. The mines will be closed on the holiday, with all associated operations halted so that all may partake in the festivities. Mr. Stilton hopes the holiday will be known henceforth as Theodanis Day, and will be marked by remembrances of the former Duke and his many fine accomplishments for the benefit of his beloved Karnaka. The Duchess in Green by Douglas Harwickle, historian. This one is actually slightly interesting lore-wise. I'll read this. Much has been written on Theodanis Abel and his sons, but in her own quiet way the Duchess Callas Abel made contributions to Zirconos that will never be forgotten. A collector of artwork, she commissioned the painting Radanis Abel's Incongruence with Time from Anton Sokolov. It was a tribute to her late son, Radanis, who died at the hands of a deranged street scoundrel while studying abroad. The Duchess Abel was also an architect and busied herself with projects as varied as the building of the Orphans of Seafarers Academy and the installation of the marble flooring in the original ducal palace. The marble was a gift to the Abel family from the late Empress Emily Kaldwin, who had the stone quarried from the cliffs of Redmoor. However, the ducal residence was razed to make room for the new palace constructed under the direction of Luca Abel. Substantially, all of the artworks and treasures from the old residence were lost or destroyed. Callas was a private person and rarely made public appearances. She died in her 57th year after a tragic fall from a balcony. Okay, Svalorite. Now, I'm sure you all remember that seeing a safe there. Tides of Cuyero Gap.
Stilton wasn't born to all this. Allegedly, he started as a miner.
Goodbye, Trevor. Trevor, I'm surprised you had the guts to admit you were scared of me. Good. Maybe you should be. I'm getting pretty good with the blade. Anyways, I'm a howler now, and I ain't going back to my life like it was before. And if you don't want to join up too because you're too scared or too weak, then to the void with you. I already got 4 new boyfriends and a couple of girlfriends too, if I want them. I'm done crying about it, so I guess this is goodbye, forever. Unless you change your mind and join up. M. That's probably Mindy. This was Mindy's old boyfriend, huh? That looks uncomfortable. Let's give you a seat in the couch. There we go. Few coins. The doors are locked. Blood amber snuff box. Don't remember if there's a guard over here. There isn't. Coins. Let's transition. There might be a servant or something in the bedroom. Looks clear. This is probably Stilton's bedroom.
Tonight, Duke Abel and the others will drink my expensive whiskey and scheme. Jindosh will watch me like a cat with a half-chewed mouse. Ashworth will sneer about how conventional the rest of us are. Missing the obvious, she'll flirt for a while, then put me in my place. I'll sit on my anger, remembering what Theodanis meant to me. I'll tell myself I worked for this honor. I swung a pick in the mines, and now the fine folk are guests in my house. If they want to hold a seance, who am I to say it's nonsense? Whatever happens, I'll regret it. But afterward, Megan's coming by. Talking with her always sets me right.
Megan claims Stilton was a good man, at odds with the Duke.
Clearly, I'm just misremembering because I definitely have listened to that audiograph before. Aramis Stilton's diary. 12th of Nets. After spending a day inspecting Tunnel 12, I overheard Claire talking about my hands. What sort of gentleman are we working for, she asked. All that black under his nails. Disgusting. That's exactly what she said, and the words continue ringing in my ears. I'll talk to Jamie to see if he has any advice. 4th of Nets. Jamie said many fine gents get their fingers manicured at the barber's. So tomorrow when I get a shave, I'll ask for this service as well. 5th of Nets. Though his shop is small, Miguel is the best barber in the Batista district. I've seen him for years, since before all this money and hubbub. I asked him for a manicure and he snorted, knowing it wasn't like me. Being new to all this, I simply said, give me what everyone else gets. I didn't realize the simple act of having my nails cleaned would involve the application of expensive, strong-smelling lacquers. It does not suit me, so I must take steps to get this off my hands before tomorrow's mining inspection. 16th of Nets. The lacquer was quite hard. Thankfully, I found that it softened somewhat with turpentine, leaving it susceptible to a good scrubbing with gritted paper. Though now my hands look more abused than ever. What a peculiar diary. Why does he have a cash register in his bedroom? Whalebone. Letter from Duke Theodanus Abel. I hope you're not spending too many days down under the earth, Stilton, my friend, sniffing for noxious fumes or inspecting creaking supports. You have earned a better life, and I want to see you live it. That said, I missed our weekly supper and hearing more about your plans for improving conditions for the miners. Much more interesting than the drivel I'm forced to endure in the course of a day. Promise me that next week you will regale me with talk of some new gadget meant to predict collapses before they happen, or what have you. For me, as if uniting all the squabbling rivals in Sorkonos were not enough, I've had another troubling letter from Lucas' school. This time, I'm afraid a young man was badly injured. Some schoolboy prank gone dreadfully wrong. Then, he's not really a boy anymore, is he? I haven't made the impression on him that I wanted, not even half. What will become of Sorkonos when I'm gone? Ah, I've burned you too much. All will surely be well. Until next week, Theodanis. So Aramis Stilton and Theodanis Abel, at least, were on very good terms. Don't need more pistol bullets. Pouch. A few coins. What is this rune? On the other side of that wall. So seem to vaguely recall that there's something in one of these. I don't know what you're supposed to call them. Crevices? Oh well.
What will change in the present based on what I do here tonight?
Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, so we want to get up there. Can I? Yes, I can. Plenty of guards, an alarm bell down there. I think there's a guard in that room.
Does Miss Stilton actually play the harp or the piano?
Not that I ever heard.
What am I doing here then? Why hire a tuner for instruments no one ever plays?
If you ask me, Stilton thinks a harp or a piano is the kind of thing a man in his position should own.
I'm not sure what that means. I've always thought people bought an instrument because they liked music.
Not always. Sometimes it's about appearances.
Because there's a guard and a harp tuner. That's the right description. The harp has seen better days. The question is, how do we deal with these two? Timely fashion that doesn't go completely haywire. I don't want them to run around the place like... especially not her. I need my stun mines. What I can do is save, open the door, shoot him, transition in time. And she didn't even notice. And that makes things easy. Bouncy, bouncy. Sleep on that side of the bed. While you can sleep on the other side of the bed. Chest. Okay, that's useful. Now we need to manipulate the lamps. Save the game. plenty of guards down there.
Always. They don't gotta say it twice.
Wait.
I'm hungry.
It's gonna be easy.
That puts us here, and we can climb up to this secret little room that has a bone charm. Blood sacrifice, was it? I'm not sure. Traditional Circonian Songs Part 4. There's a bathtub in here as well. Some Pratchett jellied eels inside. Let's transition in time. Look at the room in the past. Someone moved those boxes or tins over in the bathtub. Okay, so all the guards actually ran upstairs. I've never had that happen before. Will you guys be joining me downstairs again?
But it could be anything. Maybe it's a good thing. Like beef stew for dinner. More likely it's some kind of... It's...
Is he the only guard left here now?
I'll find you.
Would appear that he's the only guard left down here. Which is interesting because this room is usually a lot more complicated to deal with than that. Not that I'm complaining, because that was actually very efficient. Certain there were 4 of them. 2. One of the guards lying around in the public hallways. Let's grab the final 2 of them as well. Now, this isn't necessarily the most entertaining thing to watch, but cleaning up after oneself is always a good thing. Must say though that this guy lived in a very, very nice mansion. Let's just quickly check if there is anything of interest to loot here so that I don't have to go back. And eat a few figs. Other than that, the area looks pretty clear. Anything in here? Coins? Oh. I think we've more or less cleared out the parts of this mansion. This little bar. Let's have a pair as well. Another one of these glorious statues. Okay, let's close the kitchen doors, or rather the dining room doors, I should say. Bring the final fellow over here. Sleep tight, guys. Handbook for new miners. The Handbook for New Miners, an essential guide for safely navigating your work in the mines. You are about to embark on a journey deep underground. The work is hard, but for the people who dig deep, there is long-standing tradition behind the labor, behind the culture itself. You will explore and excavate vast caverns in search of precious silver and other valuable ores. Your eyes may be the first to take in the grandeur of some of these underground grottos and seemingly endless shafts. However, as you must know, mining is one of the most dangerous jobs in the Empire of the Isles. Before you begin, it is essential you understand these basic safety rules. Always bring a full day's ration of food and water with you. 2, if you can carry the extra weight. Be aware that canaries and sparrows are susceptible to invisible vapors and will swoon when harmful gases are present. Exit the mine immediately if this should happen to caged birds near you. Always wear the protective goggles and breathing apparatus provided by the foreman's office. Stay with your group at all times. Do not venture alone into unmarked caverns and tunnels. Watch those working around you for signs of exhaustion or dizziness. Keep one another safe. Demand for silver is at an all-time high, so work hard, stay safe, and keep the precious metal coming. Courtesy of the Miners' Union, paid for by Aramis Stilton. Things were better back in this time. There is no doubt about that. Just some food in there, a few coins. This room should contain sleep darts, which is good. And of course the vault, but that is part of the inner part of the mansion. So we'll end this episode here, I think. Let's have a quick look at the room without. Two coins. Crossbow bolt. Yeah, so we'll go into the safe area and the inner section of the mansion in the next episode. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you all then.